Hello students, I am Dr. Manish Rathi, Assistant Professor, Department of EFM at Maheshwari Girls PG College, one of the most prestigious and renowned girls' college in Jaipur. Students, today we are going to learn about the standard costing in its most easiest manner. So today we are going to learn about how to calculate the material variances. See, there are two methods of calculating the material variances. One method is the direct formula based method, and another method is which we are going to use today. It's the most easiest and simplest method of calculating the material variances. In this method, what we are going to do is that we are not going to calculate the revised standard quantity, right, as we are doing in the direct method. Our method is the most simple method. We take the figures as it is, what basically is given in the question. Say for example, today we are going to study about the material variances, right? Guys, what is given in the question is you are being provided with the standard max and the actual max as given here. Okay? In standard max, material A, material B, standard quantity is given and a standard rate is given. And in this the standard loss is given and you are getting the output. Same way, actual mix is given, actual quantity in units, actual rate that of material A and B, and actual rate of material A and B, and the loss is given and the output is given, right? What we have to do is that first step in this calculation of the material variances, what we have to do is that we have to calculate the standard cost. Standard cost basically means standard quantity multiplied by standard rate. So here the standard quantity is 100 units and standard rate is 20 rupees per unit. So it's 100 into 20, that is 2000. Of material B, standard quantity is 200 and standard rate is 17. So 200 multiplied by 17, that is 3400. Right? What we are going to do is that we are going to add the total standard cost, which is going to be 5400 in this particular case. In actual mix, material A and material B is given, actual quantity is given 215 units, actual rate is given 18 units. So 215 multiplied by 18, it's going to give you 3870. Right? Same way, in material B, 385 multiplied by 20, it's going to give you 7700, and then we are going to add it 07511, 11570. Right? Once you have calculated the total standard cost and the total actual cost, now we are going to use our methodology of solving this material variances. What we have to do is that we have to calculate four parts: A, B, C and D. On A, what we are going to do is that we are going to calculate actual quantity and actual rate. In this question, basically there are two types of material, A and B. So A and B, actual quantity is 215 units. So 215, and actual rate is given 18 rupees per unit. So multiplied by 18, which is going to give you 3870. Material B, actual quantity is 385 and actual rate is given 20 rupees. So this is 7700, which is going to give you 11570. On B, we are going to calculate actual quantity into standard rate. Actual quantity is same as we have taken in A, that is 215 for material A, but the standard rate is 20 rupees per unit. So 215 into 20, which is going to give you 4300. B, the actual quantity is 385 units and standard rate is 17, which is going to give you 6545. That is 5, 4, 8 and 10, 10845. On C, we are going to calculate total actual quantity into total standard cost upon total standard quantity. Total actual quantity given is this, addition of the actual quantity, that is 600. So 600 multiplied by total standard cost, which we have calculated by multiplying the standard quantity into standard rate, and the total of this 5400. Total standard quantity, total of the standard quantity, that is 300 units. So if we are going to solve it, then it's going to give you 10,800. And the last G part method is actual output into total standard cost upon standard output. Actual output is basically input minus loss. So 600 units is the input, 70 is the loss, so output is 530. So actual output is given 530 into total standard cost, which is here 5400, divided by standard output. And standard output, again the input minus loss, which is 270 units. So 270. If we are going to solve this is going to give you 10,600, right? So basically what we have to do is that we have to calculate this A, B, C and D part, right? And calculation of A, B, C, D is as per what we have done right now. Once we have calculated this, then we are going to calculate the 5 variances, right? That is price, mix, yield, usage and cost. Material price variance, material mix variance, material yield variance, material usage variance and material cost variance. For remembrance, what we have done is that we have made the shortcut of this, that is PMYUC. Material price variance, material mix variance, material yield variance, material cost variance, usage variance and the material cost variance. Now the methodology of calculating the material variance is, this is A minus B, price is A minus B, mix is B minus C, yield is C minus D, usage is B minus D and this is A minus D, cost is A minus D. A minus B basically here means what we have calculated the amount on A, that is 11,570 minus 10,845, right? If we are going to solve this is going to give you 725, right? In variance or the standard costing, what we have to do is that answer can either be in positive or in negative. If the answer coming is negative, it means the variance is favorable. As we are using the indirect method of calculating the material variance, so in our methodology, if the answer is coming positive, it means the variance is going to be adverse. So here 11,570 minus 10,845 is 725, plus means adverse. This is material mix variance B minus C, 10,845 minus 10,800. So answer again coming is 45 plus means adverse. Then material yield variance, this is C minus D. On C we have calculated the amount 10,800 minus D, that is 10,600. So again answer is coming 200 positive. It means 200 adverse. Then material usage variance, this is B minus D, 10,845 minus 10,600, which is 245 plus, it means 245 adverse. And then the last one is material cost variance, which is A minus D. A minus D basically means 11,570 minus 10,600, which is 970 positive. Positive means adverse, right? So in our methodology of calculating the material variance, if answer is coming positive, it means variance is adverse, and if answer is coming negative, it means variance is favorable. We never put the signs of plus or minus. We always denote it with either adverse or favorable. Adverse means what we have estimated, we have spent more. Unfavorable means what we have estimated, we have spent less, right? Say for example, material price variance is 725 adverse. 725 adverse basically means what we have fixed the standard mix, right? The price which we have estimated earlier, there is an negative effect of 725 rupees. That is basically the material price variance, and so on. In order to check the verification of the answer, means in order to check whether the answer is correct or wrong, there is a verification method also. Verification method basically means 1 plus 4 should be equal to 5. 1 plus 4 here basically means that if you are going to add the price variance plus the usage variance, it should be equal to the cost variance. In our case, the price variance is 725 adverse and usage variance is 245 adverse, which means 725 adverse plus 245 adverse is giving you 970 adverse, which is correct. We have calculated the 970 only. This is the first verification, and the second verification is 2 plus 3 should be equal to 4. 2 plus 3 equals to 4 basically means if you are going to add the material mix variance plus the material yield variance, it should be equal to the usage variance, right? So in our case, in this question, material mix variance is 45 adverse and material yield variance is 200 adverse, whereas we are getting the usage variance as 240. It means 45 adverse plus 200 adverse is equal to 245 adverse, and we are getting the usage variance as 245 adverse, right? Now what we have done in this material variance is that we have taken the values as it is what basically is given in the question itself. We have not calculated the revised standard quantity as per the actual. Means you have in direct method, what you have to do is that you have to convert the standard as per the actual given. So you have to calculate the revised standard quantity, as well as you have to learn the formulas also. In our methodology, we have not used any formula, just we have calculated A, B, C and D, means 4 parts we have calculated, and then we have calculated all the variances, right? That's all guys. Thank you.